Hello, fabulous Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of March 2016. General focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month is eclipse season. It's all about the eclipses. Yes, we are going to have Mars moving in your sign, moving out of your sign, going, slowing down. Next month we'll go retro. And later this year, moving back into your sign. Yes, that is all still happening, and that's awesome. However, it really is the eclipses that are going to get your immediate attention. It's like, you know, on some level that Mars is something that is there and is going to be there for a while. It is something that you will return to when Mars returns to your sign. And so, yes, it's very likely, especially those of you born in the last few days of your sign, are going to be feeling a boost of energy, if you will, especially in the first part of the month. Still, it is really about the eclipses that are going to get your most immediate attention. So we've got two eclipses happening. One is in a very romantic part of the sky. I'll talk about the romantic element of that in the love-focused horoscope. Lots of good stuff happening there. But also the first is a solar eclipse. Solar eclipses are fresh beginnings, fresh starts, opportunities, possibilities coming seemingly out of nowhere, just showing up for you with the promise of changing your circumstances dramatically. At the same time, right around the same time, we are having the continuation of a rare conversation between Jupiter and Pluto. Now, this particular conversation between Jupiter and Pluto, now remember, Pluto is your ruling planet. This does say that the changes that come about now are likely to last and likely to be very empowering and very positive for you for a very long time to come. This solar eclipse brings fresh beginnings seemingly out of nowhere, and it is going to speak to matters of creativity, matters of children, matters of fertility as well. So if you have any creative projects that you've been working on, or you've been trying to get attention for, or you've been thinking about how to launch, how to get a fresh start with these, when are you going to approach publishing companies? When are you going to try to get new supporters for your creative endeavors? This is going to be the time when they show up for you. This is going to be a time when a lot of factors come together to help take your creativity and your creative vision and elevate it to another level of acknowledgement, another level of success, however you define that. This is going to be a personal clarity as well, and what your creativity means to you is going to be part of this. For others of you out there, this is going to play out in the realm of children. So let me say this: if you are wanting to have a child, or if you aren't really sure about it, but you haven't been doing the things you need to not have a child, this is a time when there's lots of cosmic energy to make that possible, to make a child possible for you now. So keep that in mind, okay, as you are moving forward, because I think that for those of you who want to have children, this can be a time when it happens very quickly, quite by surprise. But there's also a sense of culmination with this. It is Pisces after all. So chances are that fertility element will be stronger for those Scorpions out there who are a little bit older. So if you are a person who is, I would say, in your 30s at the very least, and you believe, or in some way you've felt that maybe that can't happen, or maybe something extraordinary would have to take place, medical intervention would have to take place for that to happen, then this could be a time when that just happens and it just shows up, which happens sometimes. But this also might be a time when you get clear if that's something you want or not. And if you do want that, then chances are the resources, meaning the right doctor, the right place, you're walking along a corridor and then you see a bunch of brochures and there happens to be one of a fertility clinic. Like, those types of things tend to happen when eclipses take place. And sometimes they're even more dramatic. They are like, literally it shows up right in front of you. Like you're going for an appointment, and when you show up there, it's actually, you have the address wrong, it's a fertility clinic. Like that type of stuff showing you very clearly. Now sometimes it is about interpretation. So sometimes you showing up and it turns out to be a fertility clinic says to you, whoa, okay, I don't want this. And then sometimes it's like, oh wow, yeah, I think I want to know more. For others of you out there, if you do have children, this is going to be a time when your child is likely to go through some changes, and your understanding and your closeness to your child is likely to go through an evolution as well, some changes as well, a fresh start, if you will. So this can be really great for things like clearing the air with your child, being willing to see life from their perspective, being willing to show them that you are present and there for them no matter what. And so that no matter what can be very subtle in some cases, sometimes not as subtle, but this is really you stepping up to the plate and saying, you know what, I love you and therefore I am going to do this. And sometimes that is, laying down the law. Sometimes it's tough love. Sometimes it's willing to be softer. So this is about evolving the relationship and allowing yourself to, yes, still be the authority figure, and yet to mature the pathway forward so that you are growing with your child and you are understanding that what used to work, a child needs at 5 isn't what they need at 15, isn't what they need at 25, isn't what they need at 35 or 45, but they're always your child. And so how are you going to approach that? Where is it appropriate to show your humanness and your ability to not only be vulnerable to them, but also to develop a friendship? And where is it that it's not about being friends? It's about you setting parameters, healthy parameters, and explaining why, and doing it in a way that is respectful, mutually respectful. Because ultimately, even in parenting, I've noticed that if you want respect, you got to give respect in every area of life. Whatever you want, you have to give what it is that you want, and you experience more and more of that. What I love about this particular solar eclipse is, eclipses get you honest. They get you honest with where you are, they get you honest with what you want, and they get you honest with what your circumstances are. And also, they bring surprises that just kind of show up for you and sometimes make you giggle. But ultimately, this is about bringing you onto and more powerfully in alignment with a path towards greater love and greater wisdom and that unique expression in your life. Later in the month, we've got a lunar eclipse taking place. This eclipse is happening in the sign just before yours. So there's a certain quietness to this energy. Now, keep in mind, as we move forward, particularly late next month, we are going to have a full moon in your sign. So that's going to represent a really important moment of honesty all around, emotionally, and on a level of identity, on a level of what you really want and what are you willing to do to go for it. And of course, I'll be here to talk about it then. But with this particular lunar eclipse, it's not just a full moon, it's a lunar eclipse. So it's like 20 times more powerful than your regular full moon. With this particular lunar eclipse, it really is going to be in conversation with someone else, in some cases very casually, talking with someone else, communicating with someone else, that you get this whole other perspective that really helps you see something within yourself that you have not wanted to. So you might have sort of put that aside, have, sort of said, no, I don't need to look at that. I don't need to be that. Well, now it's like, yeah, you got to look at this. Yeah, you got to be this. So that should be really interesting. And I'll talk about that more in the love-focused horoscope. But having said that, this month is certainly about the energetic shift, the energetic change. And your dreams are likely to be really active. And that element, when any full moon, and particularly a lunar eclipse, usually you can feel it coming. Like the truth is there. It comes on slow, but you kind of accept it with a full moon. With this lunar eclipse happening where it is in your sky, it is likely going to be the dream space that shows you what that emotional truth is. And this likely is going to be about some way in which you're getting in your own way. So whether it's more success you want, better health, better love, better relationships, whatever the case may be, this is going to be you having that understanding of where it is maybe that your actions, your energy is contradicting what you want. Remember, with Scorpio, you are the sign of the law of attraction. And what that means is, whatever energy you align yourself with, whatever energetic spaces you hold most, are the ones that you are going to nurture and experience more of. And it really does come down to the emotional power. It is emotional power that is the fuel to any magic. So whether it is actual ritual, whether it is prayer, whether it's meditation, whether it is law of attraction, incorporating that desire to manifest, it is the emotions that are the power. And that is something that your sign owns. That is something that your sign understands. This is going to be your chance to clear any blockages that get in the way of that, to help you understand where it is energetically that you are getting in your own way. With that clarity, you no longer need to. It's a welcome truth. You no longer need to have that barrier, to have that protection, but rather you can see that clear pathway forward, and you know that you're ready for it when you feel it. Because once you feel it, you're already on the precipice towards manifesting wonderful things.